Hello, everybody, and my name is Fable, and welcome to today's Toonkind at 12 FPS, title of which is All Good Things. I already said my name is Fable, yeah? Did I already say that?
Uh, you were asking the wrong person.
That's fair. Hi! In case I didn't and just completely blank space, because it happens, my brain just suddenly wait, did I say this? But anyways, hi, I'm Fable, and today I am playing the Antlered King, or just Antler, as well as a certain baby dragon. And with me today is the lovely, the amazing, the
Hi, I'm Magic. I'm playing Duster today, who's not doing great. Anyway.
yeah, yeah. This is a little nervous, rat. So, so the some con this takes place. I'm thinking probably like a day or two after the events of the Home Alone game, where Antler has returned, went to find a bit of a mess in the ruins due to a whole bunch of traps for burglars. Which that wasn't bad because okay, at least the castle was. I keep calling them ruins, but the place has been renovated and is no longer ruins and is actually like a functioning castle. It just doesn't have a lot of people in it yet. Uh, but no, yeah, oh, hey, the place was protected from burglars, so that's fine as long as they clean up the traps. Uh, however, there was the thing that he noticed in which his throne had been completely melted by a certain dragon that he had given the responsibility of to a certain rat. And Antler made it clear, hey, this dragon causes trouble. It's out. It needs to leave. Uh, but Antler has not made any concrete decisions as of yet, and has asked Duster to, well, I say asked. He instructed Duster that, hey, you're going to introduce me to this dragon so I can make a final decision of what needs to be done with it, in terms of whether it can still remain near Ruindal. Uh, and I'd say that probably a couple days later, Magic U messaged me about this, about a note being slipped under Antler's door, with a location and a "be there or don't" written on it. Uh, Antler has Antler has looked at the location, and yeah, which is reasonable. It's reasonable not to have this meeting inside the castle on the off chance things go terribly bad, and
Yeah.
avoid avoid property damage that Antler would have to pay for, which Antler appreciates. He won't say it though. But so anyways, yeah, Antler gets his stuff and sets off out of Ruindal down the road to the bridge.
Uh, the people you're looking for are not at the bridge, but rather a bit downstream, and it's very obvious to tell they're already there because you can hear this faintest noise of a music box.
Antler quiet Antler quietly walks down. Oh, sorry to burp. Oof. I had a chocolate muffin this morning and poof, I taste chocolate, which is not a bad thing. Anyways, Antler walks down the side of the river, the one that particular rat is on. For those who could not tell by the title card, placement wise, uh, Love the dragon is currently swimming around in the river, which is honestly really nice. They have, because Love is
Amphibious?
amphibious. Thank you. I can word is an amphibious
Alright.
dragon, and they like water a lot. However, Duster, if you didn't see Antler coming already, you're definitely cued in that he's there when Love perks their head out of the water, gives a little eep kind of sound, and ducks under the water to hide.
Uh, Duster had been turning his music box. It's slightly off key because his turning is not on pace. with how a music box is supposed to be played because he's very nervous right now, and that just kind of there was like one like fast turn, and then it just completely stopped, and Duster is like looking at the direction upstream to see if he can find Antler.
It's not hard to see. Antler's a pretty tall dude, and he's not trying to hide. And yeah, you can see Antler slowly, calmly walking towards you. Should I roll, I guess, an insight?
Sure. It's not gonna be hard though.
I feel like it's appropriate though to have some D&D rolls. 17, yeah.
17. Um, this rat is probably the most disheveled you've ever seen him, which is honestly a very big accomplishment, noting his current his usual outfit. He he doesn't look like he's slept or really done anything. Uh Music box off key. That's not great. Uh he's not doing too hot, Chief. He's very nervous about this meeting for more things than you could probably guess.
Antler, upon noticing this, raises once he's close enough, Duster, you can see the skeleton face raise a curious eyebrow. There's a question there, but he doesn't say it out loud. Kind of waits. He waits for you for a moment.
Duster sits there for a moment, just kind of fiddling with like the little knob at the end of his music box before tucking it away into hammer space and kind of sliding down the rock he was sitting on to go to the water's edge. Love?
You can see the dragon. The water is probably not the most clear, and oh my god, there's something flying above my head at the moment. I do need to close the window. Hold on. I had it open for the cat. But for some reason, I don't know why helicopters like to fly low around here. I don't like it or appreciate it. Anywho's, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. The river, most rivers you see are mostly clear, so it's not difficult for you to see. And with the sun overhead, it's not difficult for you to see Love, who is snuggled up at the bottom of the river, looking up at you.
Come on. At least pop out to say hi, okay?
There's definitely hesitation. Gonna make a roll. Yeah, that was an 8. That was an 8. If you want to make a persuasion to contest that.
That's a +1, right? I remember my character sheet perfectly. Totally. That's a 3.
Ooh. Yes, love is not coming up, and you hear from behind you. Is there a problem?
I. Okay, Duster is going to go even closer to the water and just kind of drop in. Come on. It'll be fine. I'm right here, see?
Love blinks up at you a moment, and Love is aware that Duster cannot breathe underwater, and Love is also aware that the last time there was someone who was able to cast a spell on Duster to let him breathe underwater. So Love is actually upon seeing Duster go into the water, Love has a moment of, wait, no, you can't breathe in water. That's not safe for you. So that actually encourages Love to come up and actually and put their head below Duster to lift him out of the water.
Hi. Uh, see? Everything's fine.
And Love uh, looks at Duster, looks at over at Antler, and you definitely see them shrink up a little, still shrink up a little bit. They still look very tempted to duck back under the water.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. I'm here. Everything will be okay.
Why it's scary here?
I told you we're having. He's just here to say hello.
Why?
Because. Because you damaged something of his, and that's. Duster is having trouble with words right now. Uh, and he does not appreciate that much, and he just wants to talk to you.
Lo- Love again does not look very eager about this, and Love doesn't look like they completely understand. Uh, but they don't duck back under the water. They swim over to the edge of the river, and they keep their head out, but they do not get out.
That's fair. Duster is not forcing Love out of the water any more than this. Uh, well, uh, here they are. It's.
Antler has been watching this the entire time. Watching, well, actually, watching is not quite the word. Studying is what it seems more like, as Antler has his staff out, but he has crossed his arms as he has watched both of you, and seems to be thinking. Then he actually, instead of talking to Love, he turns to you, Duster, and goes, how well does this dragon listen to you?
Uh, well, Love. Love. He's thinking about the right words to phrase this.
Antler raises a curious eyebrow when you say love. He doesn't know what you mean by that.
Love is their name. They told me it was.
Hmm. Very well. Go on.
Love is their own person, and while I'm doing my best to guide them in the right direction, uh,
And what
children are not easy to ask to tell things, and they'll do it.
and what is the right direction?
Uh,
You
well,
you realize
not dying.
you realize that this is a dragon.
Who is very competent, yes, and I am not used to doing this yet.
Doing what exactly?
Taking care of a pig.
And why are you trying then, if I may
Uh,
ask?
uh, hmm. You wanna roll another insight there, buddy?
Hi.
18. Uh, Dust. What should I Real thing. Alright. Uh, Duster kind of, like, winces at that slightly. Like, one of the ears flickers down. Uh, he's he's nervous. It he doesn't know what he's doing. He is completely out of his depth. And honestly, he himself probably knows the reason why he's doing this, but doesn't want to address it. Uh, I am, uh, uh,
How much do you know about dragons?
uh, not a lot.
Dragons come in many shapes and forms, but for the most part, from a young age, they are quite capable and self reliant. It is not uncommon for a young dragon to be parted from its parents at an early age.
I, uh, Duster kind of looks like he's debating something? Well, I, instinct and understanding things is two completely different ballparks.
Perhaps, but you also need to consider. And he looks back to and Antler looks back towards the castle. For what I have planned, more and more people will be filling Ruindal. And while yes, it has been some time since I've walked these lands, I imagine the reaction people have to dragons is not much different than it was in my time.
Love is a child.
You cannot compare a child dragon to a regular child, Duster. There are many people. Yes, they are a child, but they are also the size of an adult alligator, more than capable of causing damage.
Then need to. I'm trying to teach them not to cause damage.
And when they get bigger, do you wish for them to stay here? Because eventually, most dragons will leave their original nest and find a new one.
I. When that time comes, love will be ready for whatever happens.
I am not fully convinced you have thought this through.
I. Uh, Duster. Duster has not thought this through. Not at all. Duster is not a person who thinks ahead very far. It it's very hard to when you're out in the wilderness by yourself to think more than a day or two ahead. And usually that's just your food situation.
Mm,
Because things change. Adaptability is a must. This is not a man who thinks very far.
Antler sighs and were were the were things slightly different, I would be more than happy to take in a dragon as part of my workforce. However, that is not the case.
Part of your workforce?
You do recall when I said that I intend to take over these lands as my own, yes?
Love is a child.
A dragon, Duster.
You.
I do not hear you bringing these complaints when I have employed Ruby,
Well, Ruby can take care of her damn self.
and this dragon cannot.
Have you. I've. Uh. He still. Duster had stood up at some point and kind of looks at Love. They can take care of themselves, but they're not. They don't know things yet. Compared to Ruby, they're like a toddler. I'm sorry, but it's. I I just. I.
Go on. Finish what you are going to say.
I have. God, they're not mature enough yet to deal with something like that. They should be enjoying their life before everything goes to hell. They'll move out one day. I get it, but they have to be ready. They
And,
don't.
and
They're a big.
until then, will you be able to account for every mess they make until then, every mistake? Look at you and look at them. Can you account for the amount of damage that this child can cause?
Uh. Uh. Duster looks at Love. How is Love feeling right now?
Love has been watching the two of you for this entire time, and hold on, I'm gonna make a roll for them real quick. It was a 12 intelligence check, so they're somewhat keeping. They know the conversation is about them, and while they don't fully understand, they have a feeling that they definitely think that maybe they did something wrong and they're in trouble. They don't really know what to do about it. But they're watching you. They're keeping their eyes on Duster. And since Antler hasn't really done anything besides talk, they haven't really felt the need to be threatening yet, if they need be.
They are young. They don't have the concept of what you bigs value yet.
Biggs. You've used that term before.
Yes. I have. Because that's what you are.
And what are you, Duster?
I'm a tiny. Someone who isn't meant to talk to bigs like this
Why?
at all. 'Cause we're small.
And
When you're small, Nothing can stop people from just picking you up and dragging you off somewhere. Most tinies are smaller than me, and needles and thumbtacks do not hurt pigs as much as tinies would like. There's nothing stopping someone from just carrying you away or calling an exterminator and driving you out of your home. There is there's nothing. Do you, do you know what it's like to be small? Do you know what it's like to not have anything?
Roll insight.
15?
When you ask, the moment you say, uh, the moment you ask that question, and Antler has been keeping a pretty stoic expression, this entire time. But the moment you asked him that, he blinked, and something is in his expression has changed, and it's not an expression you recognize on him. But with a 15, it it looks like he's recalling something. You're not sure what.
When you're as small as a tiny, you don't hold any power over bigs. I'm honestly I am very tall for a tiny. I have been able to learn how to do damage to a big, but when you're 2.5 inches tall, there's not much you can do. Have you heard anything about tinies at all?
No, no. This would you would be you would be the first. I've certainly employed rats in the past, but they have never referred to themselves as tinies. They were simply They were simply toons who were rats.
Well, let me ask you a question. What would be your first reaction upon seeing a dozen, maybe 3 inches tall people living in your house who have been scavenging, taking your loose items, eating your food that you've left behind? How would you see that?
Antler actually looks like he glances to the side and actually thinks about it.
It
And
wouldn't. No, go ahead.
after those few moments, he looks back at you, Duster, and goes, "That would depend how long they've been there. If they've been there for some time, I would be rather impressed that they've managed to evade detection for so long. That said, I would prefer they not. That said, I prefer they'd not be stealing from my wares, and perhaps an arrangement could be made. The same
Well, then I'd
arrangement.
consider you very generous. Very generous.
I would not.
Do you know what happens to some tinies?
I imagine exterminators, or something of the like." And Antler blinks and, "Ah, yeah.
exterminators, Tinies, children picking you up, asking their parents if you could be a pet, if they could keep you, like like you don't like you don't have sentience.
It was a 16 insight.
What do you want to know?
Antler is seeing if Duster is spiraling.
Uh, uh, they, that is the wrong question.
It just listen. It just sound. This sounds like it's spiraling, and that is Duster. On the verge of a panic attack because Antler's aware that this is a nervous rat who uses a music box to calm himself. So
he's he's not doing great. He's he's probably he's yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe probably a lot actually.
in that case, Antler raises a hand and says, "Stop. I understand. You come you come from a background that is challenging, to say the least.
Challenging?
I'm aware that
I almost died.
I am aware. For someone with as much anxiety as you take steps and actions that are quite contradictory." And he gestures to Love. "You insist on raising a being that is over 10 times your size. You accept employment from me, a big, as you, using your words, who could have very easily hired an exterminator on you if I so wished. And I am not saying that I do. And if I recall, the last time we spoke in concern of this dragon, when I had collapsed the cave, you came not long after and threatened me."
Uh, uh, Duster. Duster's frazzled. He
For someone who has every reason to be afraid of everything, and every reason to hide and run away, you tend to do the opposite, I've noticed.
uh Duster Duster is kind of like he's he slipped one paw underneath his hair to kind of hold on to his face, probably like press a palm into whatever probable eye is under there. He's never shown that part of his hair before, like under the hair before, so uh God, I'm bad at this.
I don't expect many are good at it, whatever it is you're referring to in the beginning.
Good? Good? This when did what am I doing? I I'm uh Duster. Duster. Oh, my poor rat. My poor boy.
This is the point where Love scooches over a bit further out of the water to nuzzle their snoot into Duster's side.
Hi, hi, yeah. Uh, this. Uh, I don't. I don't know why I'm doing this. Honestly, but it's the course of action I've taken. I guess I'm sticking to it.
And you are truly set on this, yes?
This is the ultimate moment of truth. Oh boy, Duster. Oh boy. He's definitely thinking what he's gotten himself into. Yeah, I'm doing this.
And Antler seems to be thinking again. And he looks to the side and he thinks for a good couple of moments. I need to check something real quick.
Oh boy, I'll show you. God, why is it cold in my room? My hands are freezing.
Alright. I don't have it on me currently. That's fine. Well then. I cannot lie. Where I stand in terms of this dragon has not changed very much.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
Any damage that this dragon does, you are still responsible for.
Uh-huh.
And Antler actually looks, he sighs, he actually looks reluctant about, he actually raises a hand and wipes his face for a moment. You are literate, yes? Can you read?
I can read Undercommon and a small bit of regular common.
That will do. If you are set in taking care of a dragon, you will need to actually know how to care for a dragon. And I have a few books available with that information.
Uh, Duster looks very slightly confused, but he's still listening.
And understand with my plans, Duster. I plan to one day become king of Inkwell.
Uh, Duster still doesn't know what royalty is, so continue.
Does Duster still look confused?
Yeah.
Antler is about to go on, but then he pauses and he squints at Duster and goes, You do know what a king is, yes?
Uh,
And Antler actually puts his face in his hand, like, of course not. You're a rat. Why would you know this? A,
he's a rat.
a king is a leader is a leader or ruler, if you will.
Uh-huh.
They can lead from from a from a small collection of towns to an entire continent. Am I making sense to you?
Uh, 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 I'm gonna roll just something to see if Duster can like physically comprehend like having what he's equating to like he's equating it to something. Let's see if he can comprehend how big that is. That's a 12.
It's not bad. That is above average.
It's above average. Uh,
Is he
it
kinda getting it?
he it it's really big, and that's about yeah. That's a lot of space that you can yeah. That's a lot of space. All right. Uh, yeah.
You do not sound very convincing.
Uh, I'm that's uh like 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 towns like in that's a lot of space.
It is. Which means there will be no short amount of work.
Uh-huh.
Work that you will likely be involved in.
That's kind of what I said I'd do already.
The point I am making. The, the point I am making, Duster, is the dragon may remain for now, but it cannot stay forever.
Okay. There's an unsaid and at the end of that.
And Antler's not really adding anything. Uh, if you want to roll insight.
Like, Antler, this is a rat.
I know.
Holy crap! That's a nat 20!
Yeah, Antler has kind of realized that, yeah, you're a rat. So there's a lot of stuff that he assumed that you would understand that he's realizing that, oh, you don't. And he's kind of like piecing together in his mind of like, okay, how do I word this better? But before he can do that, I'm gonna make. Actually, I'm not gonna make a roll. Duster, you hear a sploosh of water as love has actually fully come out of the river and has slowly been sniffing towards Antler and coming closer and closer. Antler has noticed this, of course, and immediately his attention is on this dragon, and he goes, "What? What is it? What do you want?" And Love is just starts coming closer a little bit, and Antler looks just like, what is this? And he looks at Duster actually for explanation, like, hey, this is your dragon, what's it doing?
Duster kind of walks up to Love and then just kind of climbs on the back. Hey, remember? No biting.
Him nice now?
He's glance up at Antler. Yes, he's being nice now.
Antler at least hears this and goes, I am not being nice.
Well, you're not being hostile.
That's usually a foolish thing to be in front of a dragon.
Duster looks like he was about to say something, but then did not.
Antler squints. In a yes and.
Duster does not say anything.
Antler squints at you, Duster. I'm gonna roll a persuade. I'm gonna roll persuade. Well, it'll be persuasion or intimidation. You can't tell. They have the same modifier. Either way, if he rolls good, you have to tell him. 23. Antler, what's on your mind, Duster? Antler would like to know.
I don't know. Last time you saw the dragon, you were very hostile. To the point where you collapsed a cave.
I collapsed its. I got rid of its means from entering the castle directly.
You do realize this dragon can, like, dig, right? And has access to the outside?
It was meant to be a deterrent.
You are talking to a toddler.
Yes, I am becoming aware of that.
Is Love still sniffing?
Yeah, Love is still sniffing. Love is actually has been actually doing circles around Antler, and Antler has not moved.
Yeah, Duster is just kind of like sitting on the back of Love right now. Well, yeah, there's. I don't think anything I could do that has worked like that in the past does not work. But like, beings this young is they get into a lot of trouble.
Oh, that I am well aware of at this point.
And Love is not just someone I can pick up and carry off to have them not do it anymore.
Fine. Roll. Could you roll insight again? I'm sorry. Wow. Antler looks like he wants to do something. Antler actually looks like he has like a bit of like anger rising up. But almost like you see a bit of magic like crackle at the top of his staff, but then he breathes.
What was he angry at with that nat 20?
You're pretty sure he's just not really jazzed about this entire situation. This is not how he wants this to go. But for some reason, I mean, that's a nat 20. That's a nat 20. I mean, you realize, Duster, that if this guy wanted something gone, he's a powerful magic big. Oh, wait a minute. Last time he used magic, that didn't go so well. Last time you saw him try and use magic anyway.
Duster kind of he's considering two things. One, a fight for Antler, no matter how powerful, probably wouldn't be too good right now. Favorite enemy undead. Just gonna put that out there.
No, I know.
Second thing is he's thinking about the magic situation again, because he thought about it when Blink was here, because he thought it was something else entirely, but this, oh, yeah. Uh, uh, you all right there?
I am.
If you'd
I.
say you're fine, that's gonna be a lie. I'm sorry.
I have been better.
Uh, Duster gives a look of you and me both, buddy. Uh,
I am tired and I am annoyed.
hmm. Well, if it's any comfort, this conversation went a lot better than I thought it would.
This conversation went how I wanted to. That dragon would be heading for the hills. And with a nat 20, he means that.
uh, Duster does a little ear twitch again. Yeah. Worst case scenario. Hmm. Uh, is love still circling Antler? I need to know this.
Love has paused the circling and is now just like sitting in front of Antler, looking expectantly at him.
Uh, can I tell what love wants out of Antler right now?
Love,
Because, yeah.
you are maybe not exactly, but does look like they're waiting for Antler to do something. Because boy, this skeleton's been doing a lot of talking, but not a lot of movement. And it's easier to tell what someone wants by what they do.
Oh, right. Uh, that. Hmm. Uh. Oh. I. I. I think I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Duster. Duster kind of looks at this dragon and then just he he's like he looks at this dragon, looks at Antler, looks at this dragon, and he doesn't know how to say this, but it kind of looks like he wants to say something, but he doesn't know how to.
I'm gonna roll insight for Antler real quick. And just see. 16. Antler looks at Duster and recognizes the rat wants to say something. Antler looks down at the dragon, who's been looking at him expectantly for a few moments now. Then he does a double take at Duster like, wait. And then you get the expression of no. No, no, no.
uh, Duster kind of like raises a hand in, hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Antler squints at you suspiciously because this is your dragon. None of this is
Not,
being said out loud. This is just for the fact that these two have had really high insights.
this is not his dragon. This is this dragon's own dragon.
This dragon listens to you. This dragon listens to you. I'm not doing what it wants.
This dragon is a toddler and a child. You know how children are.
And Antler actually raises his head a little bit to the sky, closes his eye sockets close, and he just. Fine. and I'm now for the first time in Antlers time in D&D, I'm gonna roll an animal handling roll. A 10.
Can Duster give advantage by just being like take it slow. Don't do this. Like
And
don't just like don't yeah,
Antler gives
be
Duster a
nice.
sharp look. He knows what he knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Duster.
14. 14. He probably God, it probably feels like 1,000 years as Antler slowly raises his hand, and I just imagine Duster making like little calming hand gestures, and Antler just gives like a sharp look, like "Stop, you're not helping," and just very slowly holds it out to Love, and Love gives it a bit of a sniff. They sneeze a little bit because undead smell, but after a few moments, Love eventually pushes their snout into his hand. And then they sneeze again because ew, undead smell.
Uh you know that are dragons allergic to undead?
I doubt it. Though I don't
Huh.
imagine the smell is very pleasant.
Uh well, I mean, you could try and fix that.
I bathe regularly. And
Have you tried
quite frankly, I am not going to be taking sanitary advice from you. And he looks down at your clothes,
I
which are covered in mud and have multiple stains of dirt. You have no.
I meant like fragrances, like flowers?
It is a waste of money. No, I am not. I am not having this conversation with you. And he actually turns sharply and starts heading back towards the bridge to head back to start towards Ruindal. He's not having this conversation.
I mean, Duster is thinking about a certain undead that he knew. I guess it would take a lot of flowers.
I'm leaving, Duster. I can't hear you anymore. I am not. I am not having this conversation with a rat.
uh, God. uh, uh, Duster kind of looks at Antler leave. He's not gonna stop Antler. He's not. He's not going to. Antler's going.
Antler's going.
Antler's going.
Antler just sighs. For people who want to know inside the mind of Antler, he's just. Great, another child he has to account for. He needs to. The moment, God, he cannot wait when he has like a full a big adult in his employ. Antler King reduced to employing children. Though this one's not even employed. Is he a pet? Is he a child? No, it's dragon who's being adopted by a rat.
We'll work out that book situation later.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
yeah. Duster. Later in the day, you'll find. I guess Antler will eventually like call Duster to the library and set down the books about dragons, dragonlings. There's some books about like hatching dragons, which isn't very pertinent to your situation, but it's probably good to know since you are now taking care of. You are If it wasn't official before, it's definitely official now.
Great. Great. Fun. Uh,
That said, Antler would still prefer if Love would keep to their cave and not, you know, making a mess in Runedahl. But now that Love has actually has properly been introduced to both Antler and Ruby, that I'm sorry, Duster.
oh god.
But Love is not as scared of the castle anymore.
Alright, next thing to teach Love, not to knock over objects. It's it's a very core ideal all Tinies hold dear to not make too much of a mess, or else people will notice. So that's where that's going next. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything else that you wanted to do for this?
Uh, just at the end of the river section when Antler's walking away, Duster's just gonna kind of look at Love and just go, well, that went better than I thought it would. A lot better.
He's
A lot
weird.
better.
He's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with weird. Uh yeah.
I get to stay.
You can stay. Just we I I need to teach you how to not knock things over.
Ah. And Love does that classic child like
Look, if if you do good, I'll do something for you, okay?
Love squints. Like what?
Uh Duster, thanks for a moment. And uh I mean, we can go out to explore more.
Can we can go ocean?
Yes, we can go to the ocean.
Love brightens up at that.
All right. Duster, learning parenting techniques. There we go. Finally. God damn.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh god, that was good. That was good.
That went.
That was good.
That went. Whew.
God, it went better than I thought it would.
It could have gotten. It could have gotten bad.
There.
I'm really glad we got good insight rolls. I feel like if we hadn't gotten the amount of good rolls we had today, it could have gone bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I I will tell you the thing after the. Should I tell it for the recording?
Uh,
Cause
yeah, if you wanna. I still have it going.
uh yeah PvP was an option. PvP was definitely an option.
Oh yeah, the fight. Yeah, that it getting to a fight. Yeah, that could have been a. Yeah, that could have been a
Yeah.
possible thing.
Yeah, that was a possibility. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, alrighty, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining us on this fun little jaunt by the river. Oh man, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.